Good morning. Welcome to my Tuesday morning Facebook Coffee and a Card Live. I'm here. Sorry about that confusion. At first I thought it was just me, which I'm sure probably many of you did. But apparently Facebook had some issues this morning and the whole system went down and wouldn't let me sign in, wouldn't let me change my passcode. I was panicking and then I realized what it was. So just so you guys know, if you search online on Facebook, it'll come up and bring you a site where, I'm just checking if I'm up here. I don't think so because I don't see any eyeballs on yet. It'll bring up a site where you can report if you're having Facebook trouble, which I didn't know was out there. But apparently, right around 10 o'clock this morning, it went from 0 reports of problems to 594,000 reports of problems. So when I saw that, I knew it probably was not just me. It looked like it was more than that. So, cannot find me. I sure hope I'm on in the right place. Let me know if you are popping on. Let me know that you are here so that I know someone is watching. But I'm just going to chat for a minute. I hope you grab your morning beverage and you can spend about a half hour with me as we make something fun. Let me know if you're here. I told you last time that our friends from Wisconsin were coming, and you know what? God just has other plans than for us to spend much time with them right now. When they came a month ago, they ended up being delayed because of car trouble. And we didn't get to spend hardly any time with them. Hi, Lenny, glad you're here. They got here a day late and then they had to leave because they had to get somewhere. And so we were looking forward to spending several days with them when they came back, which was this past weekend. But when they got here, the husband wasn't feeling very great and they stayed one day, but we didn't go do anything because he just was getting worse and worse. And then when they got up Sunday morning and we thought we were going to go maybe do some sightseeing, he was so bad that they decided to drive. Hi, Maxine, glad you're here. Right back to Wisconsin. They just wanted to get home because he was feeling so sick, and they were supposed to stop in Chicago for a night and decided not to do that. Turns out yesterday he's in the hospital. He has kidney stones. So we didn't get to do really a lot of fun stuff again with them, but hopefully we'll get up to Wisconsin later this year and see them and have a good time. It is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024, and I'm so glad you're here with me. I don't see a lot of people popping on like normal, so I think people are having trouble with the whole Facebook being down and not sure it's back up and their schedules are all different. But I am glad if you are here watching. And of course, this video will be here for later too. So my name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 27 years, and I love what I do. I'm here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, and even more importantly, to take those items that you make and share them with others. Send those cards, give those gifts, and share the joy. I am glad you're here, and again want to reiterate, let me know if you're here because I am not really getting hardly any interaction. Usually by now I have a ton of people watching and lots of comments. So be sure to let me know if you're here. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know that also. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments that you post on this video today and through midnight tomorrow. And hi, Eileen. Is it Aileen or Eileen? I bet it's Aileen, huh? Good morning. Glad you're here. I will be taking all of those comments the next morning and drawing for a winner and giving that card away. Hi, Lenny. Yes, I'm glad I made it too. Facebook was really having me worried till I saw I wasn't alone. Any comments left tonight through tomorrow night, March 6th, will be entered for a chance to win the card. Congratulations to my last winner. Veronica DeLay, she won my hot air balloon card, and Veronica, that is on its way to you. And then a couple other winners I wanted to announce. Let me see. I have my sketch challenge winner. That was Sharon Rowland. Congratulations. And my February order winners were Stephanie Langlos, Shar Quesaria, and Yvonne Harenberg. You guys won a prize from me, and those will be going out to you soon, within the next couple days. So watch for those in the mail. Thank you for being wonderful supporters of me. I really appreciate it. Also, if you can share this video to your homepage, to a crafty group, to a crafty friend, please do so. And then once you do that, let me know. And I will give you not only an entry for that comment, but a bonus entry. Oh, Maxine, all the way from Scotland. Wow, glad you are here. To me, that is such a cool thing that we can be getting together from around the world for these little stamping times. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to take you down to the table. You're going to see my dreary, dreary, rainy outside. And then we're going to do a couple more things. So let me make sure I'm in the right place. And it looks like I am. I'm going to maybe bring this down just a hair. Not much. Okay, this is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. This is my March hostess code. If you are ordering from me in the month of March and your order is under $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then please use that hostess code. That gives me the most benefits and allows me to use those products to give the most back to all of you. If your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then don't use that hostess code, because at that point you qualify for hostess rewards and you can earn some fun stuff. And that is what I want you to do. Okay, no cards to share today from my peeps, so we're just going to get on with the show. Online exclusives. There was a new online exclusive released by Stampin' Up! Today. Online exclusives are products that are available only in the online store. You can't see them in a catalog anywhere. You can add them to an order with catalog products, but they exclusively are shown online. And to see them, you can go to my site at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net, click on the Shop Now tab, and then you're going to go to a new window. Under the menu section, click on the online exclusives icon, and it looks like just a page with a little square in it. You're just going to click on that actual icon, and it'll take you to the page that shows all of our online exclusives in one place. And the cool thing is it's going to bring up all the new ones from today first. So your first couple pages will be all the new releases, and there are some great things out there. There is a Zinnia product suite. There is a Magnolia product suite. There is Filled with Fun wagon, which is this cute little wagon and all kinds of things that can go into it. My favorite, of course, is the Latte Love set. So there's a whole bunch of things in this suite that coordinate. And if you're a coffee lover, it is a must-have. There is a Pets and More stamp set. I think it's a bundle. There's an Encircled in Nature bundle that has beautiful new dies. There is a timber set. Oh, there's just a ton out there, guys. A new pet set that's adorable. So check it out. Again, go to my site, stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Click on the Shop Now tab. When it takes you to the new window, go to the menu tab and click the online exclusives icon, and you can see everything that is out there today. Notes of Nature bundle is my bundle bonus for the month of March. If you purchase this bundle in the month of March, I will give 100% of my profits to the Doors of Hope Ministry in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, as well as on Sunday, I will send you a bundle bonus PDF with tons of more ideas that you can use to make products or projects with that product bundle. I am also continuing my Painted Lavender bundle from last month because that was out of stock for so long. It is now available, so you can go ahead and order. So I'm extending this bundle bonus also through the month of March, even though it was for February, and I will do the same thing. Give my profits to the Doors of Hope Ministry and send you a PDF of additional ideas that you can do using those products. Upcoming class options, these are now on my blog, and I actually made events in my Facebook group. You can join my current local class. That'll be on Friday, March 29th from 1 to 3. We're going to be doing projects using the Notes of Nature bundle, which is appropriate since that's my bundle of the month. You will make 4 cards, 2 each of 2 designs, plus a bonus project. I'll have a little door prize drawing. I hold it as a coffee at a coffee shop, Shelley's Coffee here in Murfreesboro, and I encourage you to support them by buying coffee, but it is not necessary. And then I will also have that same class, or very similar, online. It'll also be using the Notes of Nature bundle. That class will be on Saturday, March 30th at 1 o'clock, and you must RSVP for it by Friday, March 22nd, so that I can get your kits in the mail the next day. That is usually plenty of time for you to have them if I have a whole week to send them out. So please RSVP to me. You can RSVP by going to crazystampinglady@gmail.com, and you can Venmo me your payment or send it by check, whatever you tell me. Once we communicate, we'll get that taken care of. But I hope you can join me. They are lots of fun, and I think you will love the products, okay? So the class in person is $20, or you can get it free with a $50 merchandise order that day. The class online is $25, and it includes shipping and handling, and you will get a small thank you gift from me in your kit. Okay, my free monthly class. So if you purchase from me in the month of March using my hostess code, and you place a $50 order, you will get 3 free card kits from me. If you place a $75 order, you will get 3 free card kits and a bonus project. And if you place a $100 order, you will get those 3 free card kits, the bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. Those will come to you in the mail, and then on Monday, April 8th, I will be doing a class showing how to put them together. The paid class that I just showed you a minute ago, is in a private Facebook group. But my free class is right here on this same page, and everyone is welcome to come join me and watch. But those who placed an order will have the kits to put together, and they are lots of fun. I really enjoy doing that class. So make sure if you order from me this month, you use the hostess code, and we will get you in for those free card kits. If you order more than once in the month, I only send 1 card kit, but it will be at the level of whatever your highest order was. Okay, guys, mini catalog and annual catalog, these are both going to be ending in April. So only through April. We're going to be getting a retirement list in the not too distant future, and then we'll know what is going away. But I'm just going to encourage you that if there are things you want out of either catalog, you get them before that retirement list comes out, because once it does, things do sell out. In fact, if products are not continuing on into the new annual catalog or a future mini catalog, Stampin' Up! Will start discontinuing them when they run out of them, now that we're down to the wire the last month and a half or so. So I can pretty much say that if a set goes away, like say you really wanted blueberry bunches and they're not bringing blueberry bunches back, once this is gone, it could be gone for good. There's a good chance they will not reorder at this point. So get what you want while it is there. Today we're going to be working with my bundle bonus. So it's going to be the Notes of Nature bundle, which includes the Notes of Nature stamp set and dies. And if you go to page 42 and 43 in the catalog, there are some beautiful samples made with these products. They are very neutral. They're very organic. I love them for masculine cards, although they can be made feminine also. Yeah, we're going to be playing with this today. I'm going to show you a cute collage card that we're going to make and give you some tips on that. So that is it. Let me get those out of the way and let's start creating. Okay, guys, so let me grab my card. Here's my envelope for this card because you know I do not like naked envelopes. And then here's the card that we're making today. And again, like I said, it is just a beautiful collage card. This Notes of Nature bundle lends itself so well to the Collage Technique, and that is one of my favorites. So I'm going to show you visually how I got this. And then on the inside, I just added a little more of that collage to finish it off. Lighter up here so I can write over it, a little darker down here. And I have a lot of men in my life, 7 brothers, my husband, brother-in-laws, nephews. So I love when I can come up with a nice masculine card. So this is the bundle we are using. It is Notes of Nature. It has some great sentiments. So today is all about you. Happy birthday. Just a little note to say hello, which you guys know is a favorite of mine. And then thanks for making me smile. What a sweet little sentiment. Yeah, I love it. And then all these other little elements are in there. The dies cut out a little notebook tear-off page, some beautiful foliage images, as well as it has 3 different dies that will cut out the images in the stamp set. So we're going to be using these today. Let me grab my little mini cut and emboss machine and pull it closer because we're going to need that. So, okay, so here are the pieces we're going to need for this card. I have my basic white envelope, my card base, which is Pecan Pie, and it is a regular A2 card base, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white for the inside that is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I will post all of these measurements afterward in the description, sometime today in the description of this video. So if you want the measurements, you can go back and copy them later, or you can write them down while we're talking. There's also a piece of designer series paper for the front of my card. This piece of DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. And I love our DSP, and this specialty DSP has beautiful gold on all the different papers on one side. And I don't want to waste it, and it is going to be a layer that's pretty much covered up. So before I use it today, I'm going to take the Heartfelt Hexagon punch, and we're just going to punch a couple hexagons out of here. Now, I'm not using these hexagons today. I'm going to set them aside for another project, but it would just be waste to have them under there and not seen. So when I do this, I usually push my paper in as far as I can because I want to be sure I have that border. And then I kind of center it side to side and punch. And then I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to push it in all the way, center it side to side, and punch. And now we have this piece with holes in it, but you watch, it's going to turn out great. And I'm going to take these 2 pieces that I punched and set them aside, like I said, for a future project. All right, and then we have some other pieces on here. We have Pecan Pie that is 3/4 by 4 1/2. We have basic white that is 3 by 4 1/4. We have a strip of basic white for our sentiment that is 3/4 by 3 1/2, and then a little scrap for my leaf. So let's get crafting on this. So for this card, I am going to start out by taking my base and my piece of designer series paper, and we're just going to add that right on to the front of this card. So I hope you guys are having a good day. We're rainy here, very rainy. It's supposed to rain all day and all night, and it is a little dreary out, but that is okay. It is warm. It's been in the 60s, so that's nice. So this paper is kind of a script in gold on here, and it does have a right and wrong. It's hard to read. I can't reread all the words. I think they make that on purpose. It says here, where it appears to be plentiful. Every now and then I can read a few words, but some of it is just sketchy. But what I look for are the T's, because the T's are real obvious which way they go on here. And that's what I'm using to establish my up and down. I'm going to come in here and place this on the card front. And I'm going to turn this card front over, and I'm going to show you why. I've showed you this before. When I fold my cards, occasionally, they're just a hair off on the fold. And this one is, it has just a hair, and I mean a hair, that sticks over more on the back than it does on the front. So when I have that, I flip them the other way so that stick over part is on the front rather than the back, because then you can't notice it, and when you open it you won't know because the back is the only part showing. So to me it just gives you a nicer finished front on it. So that's what I do. Just like to let you know why I'm doing crazy things that I do. And we're just going to place this onto the front of our card centered. So let me know what the weather is by you. I am hoping this rain goes away. I think we're supposed to have a couple sunny days and then rain again this weekend. So I guess this is welcome to Middle Tennessee. What life is here, I'm not sure. Okay, so we have our base ready. Now we're going to be stamping a few different things. I'm going to set my sentiment and my scrap aside, but we're going to be doing collage on my envelope, on the inside of the card, and on this layer. And because I'm using the same colors over and over, I'm just going to do all three kind of at the same time, if that makes sense. So let me do them in this way. Okay, so I'm using tons of components from this stamp set to do my stamping. And I'm going to have a piece of scrap paper here so that I can stamp off some of my colors when I want them a little lighter, if I do. So we're going to grab the Pebbled Path ink pad. Now Pebbled Path is the color that's on this designer series paper here. So that's why I pulled it, because it matches the paper. So it's going to look beautiful on this card. And we're going to take this kind of sketchy grid line image from the stamp set. And I want this to be a little bit lighter on my card. I don't want it to overwhelm the other images I'm going to use. So I'm going to tap it on my ink and then stamp off once, and then come in here and just stamp it at an angle like that. And we're going to do this one more time. Tap it, stamp off, and for this one I'm going to put it up toward the top and a little bit straighter. Okay, and then I want to mimic that on both my envelope and the inside of my card. So we'll just come in here, and I'm not following what my design was before. I'm just doing a collage, which means it's going to be random. It may look nothing like the ones I did before, but that's okay. Put that down there, and we'll do just a little bit of it up here in this corner, lighter. Okay, so that is that layer. I think that's all I'm stamping off. The rest of mine I'm going to be stamping generationally. So even though it'll be stamped off, sometimes it'll actually be stamped off on my image. And because I have some ink that got onto my glass plate here, and I'm not using paper underneath, I'm just going to come in and wipe that up a little bit with my chamois and get any of that ink off before I move to my next image. All right, so that is that. The next thing we're going to take is this image that looks like it's kind of part of a field notes journal. People that go out in the wilderness make their notes. They're checking on rocks and foliage and animals, and I just like it. It's sketchy enough, and again, you can't really read the words, so it just gives you the illusion of that, but I like that. And we're going to stamp this one again with the Pebbled Path ink, but I'm going to make it full strength so it stands out a little bit against that grid paper there. And we'll put this one up here in the corner. like that. And then I'm not going to use this one on my other images. So I'm going to set this one aside and be done with it, just like that. And I think I'm done with Pebbled Path for the time being. So I'll put that over there. So the next image we're going to come in and use is, I'm going to use this little kind of feathery weed or plant, and our Pecan Pie. So Pecan Pie is my base. So again, that's why I pulled that color in. And for this one, I'm going to do the 2 generations of stamping. So I'm going to come down here and stamp it once, and then come up here and stamp it a second time, like that. And I'm going to do the same thing one more time. And we're going to stamp it over, I'm going to turn it the other way, stamp it here. And then I'm going to come up here and just stamp it off the edge like that and wipe off any ink that might have gotten on there. So that's my first little image I'm adding to this. Oh, and I want to do that on my others also. So let's set this aside. And we're going to do the same thing. So when I'm doing this on the inside of my card, I'm going to stamp it once down here at the bottom full strength, and once up here a little bit lighter, so that if I want to write over it, I can. And on my envelope, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to come in here and do it full strength, and then come on over here from the side and do a little bit of it partial strength. Now, one important thing to remember when you're doing this, excuse me, is when you stamp your first full strength image, it doesn't really matter where you place it so much. But when you stamp your second one, you only want to stamp the part of the image that was already stamped once. Whatever didn't get stamped on here, the very bottom of this, if I put it on my card, it's going to have a different color because it's really still first generation. It didn't get stamped off as much. So it can make your images look kind of funny if you don't take the time to watch that. And I'm just going to wipe my pad again real quick, take my ink pad and get this one out of the way. And I think we're done with that one. So the third one I chose to use, excuse me, is Old Olive and this leaf from the stamp set, which I love. You guys know I love leaves. I am a leaf lover. And we're going to do a similar thing with this one. We're going to come in here, ink it up, and I'm going to do it once down here in the bottom. Now there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of looking to gradually fill this in a little bit. And I'm going to do it once more, pretty much full strength, over here on the side. And then I'm going to come in here at the top, and just using the parts that I've already used, I'm going to come in here and add some leaves stamped off up there. So I'm kind of just filling this in, grab my chamois, wipe that off. That just helps me from getting it anywhere I don't want it to have. Then we're going to add this leaf to our card, to our envelope, I mean. And for this one, I think I'm just going to come in here like that, not stamp that one off. And for on here, I'm going to come in from the bottom once and then tip it so the same leaves are being on here and put it over here like that. And use my chamois to grab my ink. All right. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, guys. I'm sorry. You guys know I always lose my voice about this time. So here I go. Hang on. That always seems to help. So, okay. So we did our Old Olive. I'm going to hang on to this because we're going to use it again in a few minutes. The last color I'm going to add to my collage is Moody Mauve. Now, this to me is a real masculine card, but I wanted just a little pop of color on here. So Moody Mauve is a nice deep color. It matches the tones and the rest of these things, and it's not going to be at all overwhelming. So it's just going to be an accent on this card, and I think it'll be just fine for a man. So we're going to place these little splatters down here. And then I'm going to come in here and add them over here. And then I'm going to do that once more, kind of put this to the middle, and then come and add this up here. And that's how I formed my whole collage. It is just random places of images, some stamped off, some full strength, and I love collage stamping. I love the way this looks. In fact, I'm going to huff on this because the ink is pretty much off, but I'm going to huff on it and add just a little more down here in that corner, like that. So there you go. Let's do the same thing on our envelope with this one. I'm going to do it kind of, let's see where I want to do it full strength. Full strength this way, and come back and add it partial strength that way, and get my little splatters on there. And we will do that also on the inside of our card. And that just pulls the whole thing together. So I'm going to do a full strength right over the other images. That's what we're looking for. And I'm going to come in here and do a partial up there. All right. Yay. I love it. You can't go wrong, guys. It is just random placement of your stamps. You fill in as much as you want. You stop when you want. It is perfect. So we're going to add this to the inside of our card. Grab my seal, and we're going to place this on the inside. And I'm not going to add another sentiment to the inside. I don't think it needs it. And I always like to have some place to write. But this is going to pull the whole card together so that when you look at the front and you open it, it all makes sense. It all coordinates. And I think it's beautiful. So there's the inside of our card. Now for the outside of our card, what we're going to do is take this other layer of Pecan Pie, and I'm going to add my collage right on top of that, centered. Oh, what a gray day it is. Oh, what a gray day it is. I love sunshine, guys. Gray days are hard for me. I have lots of lights all over the house, and they will be on to keep me happy and bring me a little sunshine inside when I don't have it. So we're going to just center this on here just like that. And then this layer is going to get popped up on dimensionals. So I have some dimensionals here. I've cut around the edge because I never like to waste dimensionals. What a shame when I see people throw things like this away. And believe me, they do. And I'm always in shock. But they do throw these away. So the dimensionals around the edge are just as good as any dimensionals on your sheet. Just cut them to the size you want them and place them on your card. So I'm going to do these, quite a few of them, because it's a bigger layer. That's the other advantage of cutting the edges. You can get bigger and smaller pieces as you need them, which is sometimes very, very nice to have the right size that you want. Make sure it's going the right way, and we're going to just center this on the front of the card. Although if you wanted to and you wanted to add some character, you could do it at an angle. But for this one, I'm going to center it. Sometimes I change those up, especially if I'm making a lot of the same card. Just to keep me from being bored, I will change up the way I'm placing my images. But for this one, we're going to try to keep it pretty straight and even and hopefully centered. All right, so there is that layer. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in my piece of basic white for my sentiment. And the sentiment says, today is all about you. Happy birthday. And I'm going to use the Pebbled Path for that. You could use any of the colors you used in your collage, and it wouldn't matter. And I'm going to put this over to the right on my piece of cardstock. Come off of their little piece of cardstock. There we go. Just like that. So I have a little more here on the left to tuck my leaf over. So that's our sentiment. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to the front of my card. Now, the very end is going to stick over on this and not be glued down. So when I flip this over, I'm going to keep my finger there on the end and just put my seal the rest of the length of this. That way I don't have any seal on that end piece where it sticks over. And then you're going to place this. And I have it coming over almost to the edge of my card, which will give me enough room, hopefully, to place my leaf once I do it on here. Okay, so there is that sentiment. And then let's grab our scrap, and we're gonna stamp our leaf, and I'm gonna use the same old olive color that I did in our collage. But when I do this one, I wanna get just a little bit of that color pulled in onto my image. So I'm gonna stamp it, and then immediately after I stamp it, I'm gonna grab a wink of Stella. Now this is an older one and it's getting empty, but it still has enough in that I'm gonna get a little glitter on here. And I'm just gonna run it across my leaves. And that's gonna pick up enough of that green and pull it in that there's gonna be a tiny bit of color on my leaves and a little bit of sparkle, not too much, not too feminine or overwhelming on here, but a little bit of color. And it's a great way when your wink of Stellas are getting down to just about nothing to go ahead and use them in this way to spread your color. And you can add like 1 drop of rubbing alcohol if you want, 1 or 2 drops to the barrel of your wink of Stella and shake it up. You don't want it too liquidy or it's going to kind of pour out, but you can use it like watercoloring, like you're just pulling in that color from the edges and causing that green to spread and giving that little bit of sparkle to your card. So I'm going to hold that up and see if you can see a little better what I mean. I don't know if you can see the sparkle on there, but it is definitely there. But if you compare it to the leaf that we did straight without coloring, it makes a big difference. And now we have to cut this out. So let me grab my little cut and emboss machine. This is our mini machine. And I was telling you guys that I don't use the plates like it says. When you read the plates for cutting, let me get this so hopefully it's on screen for you. It's going to tell you to use number 1 as your base plate. But I found that it does not catch as well on my cut and emboss machine if I use plate number 1. So I'm going to be using plate number 3, the gray one, and that seems to work for mine. Now every machine's a little different in how they're calibrated, so play with your plates and see what works for you. But for mine, number 3 seems to work better. And I'm going to grab my little die from these dies and line it up right around my leaves. And you want to be able to see the edge of all your leaves inside of the middle of the die. It goes right up to them, but you should be able to see all the edges. Once you get it where you want it, I just use a piece of washi tape that's been reused. It's sticky enough to hold it in place, but not too sticky to tear the paper. We're gonna run that through and see how easy that caught. When I use the other plate, it just does not catch as easy. So that's my big tip on the cut and emboss machines, that I tend to go with a different plate, especially on the mini. So just play with them. Sometimes you might not even need a paper shim or a cardstock shim. It's just because every machine like that is calibrated slightly different. You got to get a feel for what your machine is. So I pulled off the washi tape. I'm going to grab my little die here and set it in my magnetic plate so I don't lose it. We'll get rid of my little cut and emboss machine for the time being. And here is our leaf all cut out and ready to add to the front of our card. So for this, I'm going to add it and place it so that it kind of frames my sentiment like that. But I want to be sure it's not going off the edge of your paper. So just be aware of that when you are working with things. Lay them down, see where they're going to fit, and then it works pretty easy. So when I flip this over, I only really want my glue not on these first 2 leaves over here or stem. I only want it on this side because that's all that's going to touch the paper. So just think about that as you're doing it. Okay, so we're going to put our Tombow glue over here. I'm going to flip this back and bring it in and place it where I want it, framing my little sentiment there, just like that. And then I'm going to grab some of our linen thread. and we're going to tie a fun little bow. So this is such a natural looking card, such a more masculine looking card. All of those earth tones on there that I wanted to use linen thread, because to me that's exactly the feel it gives. Although you know how much I love linen thread. Honestly, if they ever discontinue linen thread, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I will just lay me down and cry. And we're going to add this bow to our leaf. Now I'm leaving a really pretty long tail on here that's going to come off over the edge of the card, but it tucks in easy when you mail, so it's not going to be a big deal. But again, I'm doing that because it kind of reminds me of like the fibers and the grasses you'd find in the field, maybe fibers sticking out of a bird's nest. And I like that little bit of natural element on there. So I'm just going to put the tiniest little dab of Tombow right where I want that knot to go. And then I'm going to actually use my tweezers, my little mini tweezers, but you could use a regular, to place this. And I'm going to place that right on top of that dab of Tombow. And then to make sure that it's adhering and drying on there, I'm going to take a block that I'm not currently using, lay it on top of there just like that, and give it a minute for that to adhere and dry, and then I know I'm going to be good. So guys, that is our card today. While that is drying, I'm going to set it aside. Oh, nope, I forgot my bling. We're going to add just a little bit of bling. How could I forget my bling? All right, there, that's on there already. It's not going anywhere. It's going to dry. You just need that few seconds. We're going to grab the 2023-2025 in color dots. And I have gone through several packs of these, so I'm glad we still have them for another year because I love these colors. Although you know when the new annual catalog, when the current one goes away and the new one comes out, we will be losing 5 of our in colors. We're going to be losing Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, and Orchid Oasis. So if there's any of those you super love and have to have, get them now before they're gone, and stock up on a little of the paper, or for sure, if you have the ink pads, get the refills, because that way you can use those for a lifetime. So we're going to use the Pebbled Path ones out of here. I'm going to add the tiniest little one over here on my sentiment. There's 3 different sizes. We'll take the middle one and place it up here wherever you want. Put it like right there. And then the big one, the largest one of the 3, I'm going to place down here. Now I'm going to make sure I'm between where my dimensionals are underneath, just because that helps us when it goes through the mail. It'll push down and it won't catch on the mail machine. You won't get that cut on your envelope. So I tend to try to place them where there's not a dimensional underneath them. I've shared that a few times, but believe me, it makes a difference. These are pretty flat though, so they go through the mail pretty well no matter what, which is nice. I love sequins. I love flat gems for that reason. Okay guys, this is the card I'm giving away. Here's our envelope. Here is our card. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. And inside that beautiful collaged image, I hope you loved watching. I loved you being here with me. Notes of Nature, again, is my bundle bonus. It is also the bundle we'll be using for my classes this month if you sign up. It is a beautiful, beautiful bundle. Thanks for taking your time to be with me today. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. You have till midnight tomorrow night to be entered to win. I would love to hear from you. Any comment you want to leave, I just love that you're there. As always, I would love to be your creative coach and demonstrator. If you have any questions at all or need a catalog, please reach out to me in the comments of this video or by email. We will be, I will be this month doing a mailer selector to choose the people who will get their catalogs from me. And I always send out an annual catalog to anyone who has ordered from me in the last 6 months. So I would love to have your order, and then I will be sure to send you out that catalog. You have to order though this month because I will have to finalize that customer selector by the end of the month. So be aware of that. Let me see if there's anything else I want to tell you. I do plan to be back here at my normal time, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. I know I was off today because of Facebook issues, but that's my normal time. And I will be here with something fun. Not sure what that's going to be. But then I will be on again Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time for our Global Inspiration Stamp Team presentation. That group is open to all of my customers and all of my team members. So if you'd like to get invited to that, just let me know and I'll make sure you are in. I think that's it, guys. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.